today. We're going to go over the quarterfinals, which were very disappointing for me, and we're going to go into the semifinal matchup. So everything's right around the corner. Boom, boom, boom. The games finish Saturday. There's going to be a semifinal on Tuesday and Wednesday this week, and then Sunday will be the final. So they have to wrap up the season, so we're getting down to the very end of it. So the first game that we're going to go over, which was the first game of the quarterfinals, which I got correct, was PSG versus Atalanta. So Atalanta got it going in the beginning. They had a nice goal by Pasalic in about the 25th minute. So, it kind of kept PSG on its heels. But, PSG was pressing and pressing. Neymar had a horrible game with finishing the ball wise. I mean, he was good at creating, but when it came down to actually scoring goals, he had a chance in about, I want to say in the early going, it was probably the third or fourth minute. He was one-on-one with the goalie and completely hit it wide. I mean, it was just horrible. But he did help set up the two goals at the very end of the game. So for Atalanta, that was heartbreaking because he first sets up a goal with Marquinhos, who scores it in the 90th minute. And then Choupo-Moting, who was actually used to play for Stoke City, a team that's in the bottom half of the Premier League. He got the game-winning goal. Unsung hero for him. He got it in extra time. Like I said, that had to be devastating for Atalanta. I mean, for them to have the lead in pretty much the whole game and then at the very end to blow it. Great comeback by PSG. They're in the semifinals, so we'll go over who they're going to be playing next. So the next game after that, which was an upset, which I got incorrect, was Leipzig, who beat Atletico Madrid. Now, Leipzig actually played very well. I think, I don't know what Atletico was thinking. They really weren't pressing. They kind of just hung back. They didn't have too many chances. Leipzig got a goal in the second half by Dani Olmo. It was a nice header in about the 50th minute. It took a while for there to be a breakthrough. But then you saw Atletico trying to make a comeback. What really helped is when João Felix came off the bench. Now, he's a young stud. He's, I think, 19, 20 years old. He has some potential, I think, going forward. I don't know. I think maybe they should have played him the whole game to see what he could have created. But he created a chance, got into the box, got fouled, penalty. He buries the penalty. So it was 1-1. Then you could see Leipzig started pushing forward. Then the American, Tyler Adams, this young kid. It's great to see Americans because there's not too many of them that play European football. He hits a rocket shot, it gets deflected, goes in. He's the hero. Atletico could not do anything with the limited time they have left to try to tie the game. And that was a great win for RB Leipzig. Again, I really feel they would be stronger if they had Timo Werner, who is now at Chelsea, so he cannot play anymore. But props to them. They play as a unit, and they played very well together. They were cohesive, and they pulled off that upset. So those two are going to play against each other, PSG and Leipzig, but we'll go over that in a little bit. The game on Friday, yes, I got that one right. Unfortunately, I did not want to get that one right. Bayern Munich absolutely demolished Barcelona. I mean, this game was not even close. It started in the very beginning. Thomas Müller scored a goal in the 4th minute. When I was watching, I didn't expect. Like I said, I expected them to lose. David Alaba, I don't know what he was trying to do, but he kicked it into his own net. So therefore, the game was tied 1-1, and then Bayern just took over. They had goals from Perisic, Serge Gnabry, and Thomas Müller again to make it 4-1 at halftime. The funny thing about that was I was talking to my dad about that, and he said you could see that the Bayern Munich kind of took their foot off the gas. I think they kind of felt sorry. But he says, watch, if Barcelona score a goal, you will see they will just completely demolish them. So second half starts. Suarez makes a nice move against Boateng, scores a goal. It's 4-2. I wasn't confident in them because I was like, they would need at least one more goal to make it interesting. And then from there, Bayern just completely destroyed them. They were like, all right, so you scored a goal on us? All right, forget it. Now this game is over. So the next goal that Bayern scored, Alphonso Davies, he probably went around 4 or 5 Barcelona players, gets it to Joshua Kimmich, who puts it in, makes it 5-2, and then, to make insult worse, Philip Coutinho, who is on loan from Barcelona because he just did not have a place on the team in Barcelona. He comes in and he assists on the sixth goal, which Lewandowski scores. His name is Lewandowski, but it's a funny nickname because he does score a lot of goals. And he scores the seventh goal. He scores the eighth goal. And they just, like I said, completely trounced Barcelona. Honestly, they probably could have scored 12 goals that game. I think they kind of just felt sorry for both Barcelona, even though they put 8 goals on them. This was embarrassing for my team. Lots of changes need to happen. For the last 3 years, it just seems like they're just getting more embarrassing losses in the Champions League. If major changes aren't done, I can see Messi leaving. I don't want him to leave, but at this point, he needs to ride on the sunset. But I'm not going to talk about my team too much. They don't deserve to be talked about. Bayern Munich deserves to get all the credit here. They look like a machine. They look unstoppable right now. I think they'll probably win the whole thing. I mean, we'll see what happens in the semifinal game. But I personally, out of all the teams that are left, they look like the team that will win. So, yeah, so their opponent will be, which was another upset, which was on Saturday, was Manchester City against Lyon. Let me tell you, Lyon got a goal in the beginning of the game. Cornet scores in the 24th minute, so it makes it 1-0. Stayed 1-0 at halftime. Second half, you can see Manchester City started pressing. Sterling makes a nice play, gives it to Kevin De Bruyne, who puts it in. 69th minute, 1-1. But at that point, you could see City look like they were going to take control of the game. But Moussa Dembele scores a goal. It was a great play. The ball was actually coming through to one of the Lyon defenders who was offside, but he did not touch it. So that was a great move, which then goes to Dembele, who's alone with the keeper, scores a goal, 2-1. Now, to me, after what I'm going to tell you right now, this was the turning point of the game. Manchester City get an unbelievable chance to tie up the game. I'm talking about Raheem Sterling has the most open goal probably in history. All he has to do is just tap it in, and it's a tie game. And I think maybe the momentum shifts, and City would probably take control over. And I don't understand what he was doing. It's the most epic choke I've ever seen. He went from tying the game, which then literally a few minutes later, Lyon come down. Moussa Dembele again scores a goal, 3-1, ends it there. It was an upset victory. I think, like I said, City did not play well overall. But to me, Raheem Sterling, you are the GOAT of that game. And not in a good way, GOAT. That was horrible. All you had to do was just tap it in, tie game, and I think they would have ended up winning that game. That was awful. So, huge upset for Lyon. This is the first time in, I think, over a decade that you do not see any Spanish or English teams in the semifinals. So that's a huge deal. And Italian team, I'm sorry. No Italian team, no Spanish team, no English team in the semifinals. So this is just amazing. So you have now 2 French teams left, 2 German teams left, and we'll see what happens in there. So now the semifinals. So on Tuesday, first semifinal will be PSG versus RB Leipzig. So French versus German. Even though Leipzig plays well as a unit, I don't think they're going to be able to stop PSG's firepower. Like I said, even though Neymar didn't have the best game, scoring goals wise, he's still creative and he's still creative. I don't think they have an answer. Leipzig have an answer to stop him. Mbappe, I mean, he came in, he looked fast. I mean, he still looked good. He's still hurt. He's not 100%, but he still looks great. And I think Mbappe at 80% is better than most of the players in the world. So they have him. I can't see Leipzig pulling it off. It would be nice to see the upset, but I don't see it happening. I think PSG will be in the final. It's the first time they'll ever be in the final. They win this game on Tuesday. So that's my pick there. That would be PSG. Paris Saint-Germain, if you guys are wondering. And then on Wednesday will be the other semifinal. It will be Bayern Munich against Lyon. Now, Lyon have nothing to lose. I mean, they've beat Juventus. Nobody expected them to do that. They beat Manchester City. Nobody expected them to do that. But I just think their luck runs out. Bayern Munich are on a whole different level. They destroyed Chelsea over 2 legs before. They destroyed Barcelona. I think I don't know if they'll destroy Lyon, but I think they'll win. I can see them scoring 3-4 goals easily. I don't think Lyon can match that. Bayern, like I said, Bayern Munich is just too strong. They have too many weapons. Lewandowski, Mueller, Gnabry, Alphonso Davies. Their defense is solid. Their goalkeeping, Neuer played great. I don't know. Again, to me, I don't think they can be stopped. It would be interesting to see, but they are my pick, which then would lead to a PSG Bayern Munich final, which I'm hoping will happen. It would be tremendous to see that because there will be a lot of firepower in that game. I think you'll get to see a lot of offense in that game. But yeah, those are my picks for the semifinals. So we'll do another video very soon. In the next couple of days, I'll launch another one to go over the semifinal games and into the final. That's going to be this coming Sunday. All right, y'all. If you could please like, comment, and subscribe, that would be absolutely lovely. And get ready for the champion!